Good morning, Eagles. Welcome to the Grammar and Writing Station. This is Miss Y bringing you all about conjunctions. Today we're going to talk about correlative conjunctions so that you know when to use them. You're going to take notes on this in your notebook, so go ahead and pull those out and turn it to the page you're going to take your notes on, okay? When you're done, there will be a check for understanding in Schoology as always. This lesson's going to be short and sweet. So, first things first, make sure somewhere in your notebook you find that page we talked about conjunctions on. Remember, conjunctions are words that connect parts of a sentence together. First one we talked about was coordinating conjunctions, which we put in green. Then we talked about subordinating conjunctions, which we put in yellow. And today we're going to talk about correlative conjunctions, which is going to go in orange. Something I want you to take note of. Remember how we talked about in coordinating conjunctions, co showed that we had two equal parts of the sentence, and sub showed that we had one part of the sentence that was less important than the first part of the sentence. Today we're back to a co, so we're going to be looking at equal parts of a sentence. The difference is that they weren't going to be equal originally. The way we put our correlative conjunctions in helps show us that they are indeed equal. Okay? So let's talk about that. Make sure you get this definition down in your notebook. Correlative conjunction is a paired conjunction that links words, phrases, and clauses to make them have an equal relationship. Now, I know the definition here doesn't talk about that equal relationship, but that balance or equal relationship is what the purpose of a correlative conjunction is. Notice you're going to have words like both used with and, neither used with nor, either used with or. If you remember back to our coordinating conjunctions, we talked about how neither and either and both usually have very specific uses if they're being used as a coordinating conjunction. Note when they are paired with a second conjunction, these are being turned into a correlative conjunction. So if you see two conjunctions in the same sentence, you want correlative, not subordinating, not coordinating, but correlative. Think of it as a relative, okay? Your relatives tend to come to you in pairs. You don't tend to have a single relative that comes to visit. If otherwise, you would say your aunt or your uncle. If you're talking about your relatives coming to visit, you're talking about more than one. Here are some examples. I need to remember both my toothbrush and my toothpaste for the trip. Now, could I just use one coordinating conjunction in here? I need to remember my toothbrush and my toothpaste for the trip? Yes, but by adding in both, we show that my toothbrush and my toothpaste are of equal importance in my sentence. I can't just take one, I need both of them. Let's take a look at another sentence. Neither the tacos nor the burrito sound good to me. Could we just say the tacos nor the burrito sounds good to me? Absolutely. But by adding in neither, we're showing that we equally dislike the tacos and the burritos today. Again, we can either go swimming or ice skating. So equal swimming or ice skating. Think about this when you have a friend asking you to go to an activity. We can go swimming or ice skating. When we remove that either, swimming gets more importance. But by adding in the either, we can go either swimming or ice skating. We've given equal importance to both swimming and ice skating. Mrs. William not only assigned a 5-page essay, but also required us to present the information to the class. By Notice we've got 4 words here. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we have a coordinating conjunction phrase. Correlative conjunction phrases like not only, but also, happen sometimes. Now, notice they're still paired, so there's 4 words, okay? If it's just 2 in a row, that doesn't work. Mrs. William not only assigned a 5-page essay, but also required us to present the information to the class. What's of equal importance? That's right, the 5-page essay and presenting the information. Now I want you to write your own sentence using this, okay? I've given you a picture of some beautiful street tacos. Make sure you're including correlative conjunctions. Examples you might use is both and, either or, not only but also, so and as, just and as much and as, no sooner and then. Any of these could be used to create a great sentence. Okay, Eagles, if you're done writing that sentence, make sure you highlight what were your correlative conjunctions that you used. Awesome job. If you think you have this down, go ahead and take your check for understanding in Schoology. Have a wonderful day.